up to the moon and back. This was just a test run, eh? He didn't step the line.
Yes? No,
Yeah.
they've been up there for
Oh.
14 days, 12 days,
Oh,
something like
okay.
that.
But it was a new, okay, I keep hearing it on the news. This was a new machine they were testing out. Or something like that.
So they went on the dark side of the moon.
Mm.
I guess we've maybe never been there before, so
Oh,
on the
no.
opposite side of the moon.
Okay. Child, these people.
Something like that.
What the hell are they looking for?
Wow. Guess we'll find out.
Oh.
Alright, this is going to tell me what position you're seated. Back side.
Permanent something. Head first. Wonder how much days it take them to get back onto, like when they land to walk. I'm sure they're gonna be dizzy. And you have to float in the whole time.
Float and I don't know, like bubbles or something like that.
Yeah, they float around in the air.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would take a couple of days before they get back to really walking properly.
Or they have ships maybe go get them. I don't really know.
Splash down. Oh, they landing in the water?
They land in the water, yeah. Then I wonder if they go get them, you know?
Why they landing in the water?
Alright, James, we're going to put this on your finger. It's going to tell us what your oxygen level is and your pulse rate.
What a night to join us, Leslie. What a moment of history to witness, and I'm glad you're part of the team and here to witness this with us. And the weather, I'm glad about that too. What do you see?
Alright.
Oh, fabulous. David, thank you so much. That was a really wonderful, warm welcome. It's great to be here. We do have the cloud layer. If you know anything about San Diego, that cold Sandy, that's that cloud layer that banks up against the coastline. That is going to be there. However, the good news is you're going to see the clouds healing. That's from the ocean up to the bottom of that cloud. There's enough room there for that recovery effort from an aerial standpoint to still continue. So that continues to be a go. But there will be a period where we won't see the vessel coming through a layer of clouds and then it'll reappear. And hopefully that's going to be great. And we're going to get all the aerial support needed. And then, of course, there's vessels in the ocean getting ready for that. There is a storm I do want to mention that is just to the north of Central California. Rain couldn't be better. That doesn't arrive till tomorrow. So again, this is all looking very successful and positive as far as the weather picture is concerned for the splashdown. David.
All right, 3 minutes, 55 seconds left.
Alright, let's wait and see.
ABC News meteorologist telling us essentially.
Alright, next sensor under your neck works on vibration. It's going to pick up snoring. Now, since you're not using the CPAP, do you snore? Does he snore as far as you know? Without the CPAP?
A little bit.
A little bit?
As we were saying earlier,
Because he had his tonsils and adenoids out, right? Years ago.
What's this now? Please, I try to turn your shirt around nice. You have to put your shirt up to your neck now.
Okay, I'm going to put 2 fingers under your neck. Oh. One more time.
I mean, I like to think of how the families are feeling.
Yeah.
The families are probably extremely nervous. And
Alright, next one for your heart. I'm going to stick it here, here, third one on your back.
I mean, we're looking for.
Use a little bit of some cold gel again, alright?
The attitude is set. They have to maintain that attitude. The heat shield has to hold. And
Put your shirt on backwards.
do their job.
Yeah, I told him several times to change it. He didn't listen.
Their loved ones are on that Navy ship.
That is completely understandable. In fact, we've kept sort of an arm's length from the families. I know they're very proud of their loved ones, but they want to see them home.
Oh, that was a little high up around his neck.
Yeah. No, I got to say this.
Let's listen in because we're just
I tell him since I think took a shower.
Hopefully you'll be alright, because I can't let you change it now.
You have to go take everything off.
Yeah, can't do that.
16 and a half minutes till splashdown.
I told him that when he put it on,
So 2 minutes to
he said he don't want to change it. So yeah.
Doesn't feel funny?
John P. Murtha
And the recovery team is on station and in position, as are the airborne imagery assets
2
that we
minutes
hope
to
to
the
receive
plane.
imagery from as
They're
Artemis
coming back from the
enters
moon.
the Earth's atmosphere and through parachute deployment.
1 minute 56 countdown.
And Susan, take us inside NASA right now, because they too have spoken often about the tension, the anxiety,
Is that
concern
the
they
little
feel.
white
They're
mark?
doing their
See
jobs
that
too, but
white?
they feel that
Mm-hmm.
mission
The right thing
termination.
coming on there, I guess so.
On stage, and I used to sit at the Capcom desk for shuttle launches and re-entries. And yeah, it's a nervous time, but everybody is hyper focused on their particular job.
No issues with the crew. And the
It's
weather
coming
on the
in.
splashdown site is go.
It's history right there. Seen some history.
Yeah.
Here in Southern California, that the weather is
You didn't even know this was going on, eh? Good. It's caught up in the video game world. You don't know what's going on in the real world.
It is a
I only know because my husband watches the news all the time.
Yeah.
Again, we mentioned it here.
I watch the news every day.
This is ABC News live coverage of Artemis 2 returning from its historic journey around
Coming up on 1 minute until entry interface.
Oh, Lord. Please land safely.
You know, the launch 10 days ago is also high anxiety.
All right, 3 of these under your chin. Gonna tell us if you grind your teeth. 1 above your right eye, 1 below the left eye for eye movements, 1 behind each ear for ground or reference, so the other ones pick up.
Facing
Mark 1 minute until entry interface.
1 minute, they're saying. You can take our
Oh, my
countdown
chin's
down
cold.
and listen
Until
to
the expected
NASA
start of our 6-minute blackout.
for this critical moment. Let's listen.
Integrity, 1 minute to a 6-minute blackout.
Mm. Okay.
Blink, you might miss it.
Mm. It's coming in.
Again, the re-entry at any moment. We will not be hearing from the astronauts on integrity.
10 seconds till entry interface. And we have crossed the threshold, now entering the Earth's atmosphere. We're at 400,000 feet, traveling 34,800 feet per second.
Wow.
Cold behind your ear, okay.
Time to splash down 13 minutes, 10 seconds.
So far with it.
This is incredible to witness, and Susan, I gather that's some of the heat right there.
Yes, that's the plasma.
Plasma.
Oh,
The plasma and the heat surrounding this capsule
Yeah.
And as
It's
predicted,
too bright.
our communications blackout.
is what leads to the blackout.
This will be a 6-minute blackout period. No
No.
voice, no data from the crew.
No voice, no data from the crew as we're
Damn
hearing
it.
from NASA.
close your eyes for a minute.
Dr. Hakeem Oluseyi, an astrophysicist, science educator, has been with us for our coverage these last 10 days. And Hakeem, you've been great throughout. This is one of the most anxious times of the entire journey.
Mm.
You can lean back if you want, relax a little.
I am sitting on the edge of my seat just like the rest of you, waiting to see these parachutes deploy and a safe splashdown.
Aircraft in the vicinity of the splashdown.
Let's listen back into NASA. And again, they'll let us know in about 5 minutes now if they have regained communication
Light
with
shows
those
the
4
vehicle
astronauts.
as it enters the period of peak heating in the Earth's atmosphere.
Oh,
First tug of
that's
gravity
awful.
being felt by Integrity's astronauts since their launch back on April 1st.
There's some brave people.
Mm-hmm. Sure is. What the hell is going on?
And of course, we are thinking of the families of pilot Victor Glover, mission pilot, Reed Weiss from
4.5
the command,
minutes until the end of the blackout period.
Christina Cook, 4.5 minutes to go until we hear from them again.
Time
Jeremy
to splash
Hansen,
down 11 minutes, 33
I'm
seconds.
coming
of course, the Canadian astronaut.
Where's the time?
Everyone on board making history in their own way. The first Canadian to join them in a mission to the moon. This is the first time in many decades since the Apollo missions. that we have sent humans back to the moon, and they made their own history, traveling farther than any astronauts who went before them.
That's the commander,
Going
the
to the far
pilot,
side of the moon and seeing with
Oh,
human
far
eyes
side.
parts of the moon that have never
mission
been seen before,
specialist.
and
Okay.
sending back messages of hope and those extraordinary images. They have talked during the press conferences.
They're brave, aren't they?
The landing and support officer reports that the P3 has acquisition on integrity.
Move it
The
itchy.
importance of coming home.
Just pick it up on the thing, 'cause I don't want to pull them off.
Minutes left in this blackout
Here
period.
you see it.
This is a visualization
A visualization.
of
So this is similar to the simulations we showed you earlier, only this one is from NASA. Let's listen.
repelling of that heat on Integrity's heat shield.
I was saying Victor Glover, the mission pilot, was asked, what is he most looking forward to? And he said splashdown.
Mm.
And who could argue with that? He also talked about this being like riding a fireball through the atmosphere. This incredible moment. And this visualization
Okay, top of your head,
from
7 of
NASA
them.
helps to explain this.
Shows your brain waves.
Blackout
Tells
during
what
this period
stage
of
sleep
time.
you're in.
The families of all of these astronauts.
Flight Dynamics reports that airborne assets in the vicinity of the splashdown zone do have a visual on Integrity. Still 2 minutes and 40 seconds left in our blackout period. Time to splash down, 9 minutes, 35 seconds.
9 minutes until splashdown. Let's keep this visualization, but if we could add Dave, our director in the control room, Trevor Roll, who is at a watch party at the San Diego Air and Space Museum. And Trevor, I gather the nerves can be felt in that room right now.
Absolutely, David.
Then it splashed down, the whole place shake.
Being hit is being met with thunderous applause. You can hear
You
it
could see it, I guess.
That's been happening continuously. 30 seconds after 30 seconds after 30 seconds after. What we've been seeing are generations of families experiencing something that many of these people have never experienced before. I talked with one man here, an 86-year-old grandfather. He said he remembers watching the very first space launches. He remembers the Apollo flights. He remembers those first lunar missions. It inspired him to become a pilot and an engineer. Now, after 45 years of his own flight, he's retired. He is back here tonight with his grandchildren watching Artemis. And then at the same time, we're hearing from young people. There's 2 people behind me here, Lena, Olivia. These are students at UC San Diego who told me that they can't believe, when they learned about Artemis, they said, I can't believe it's happening in real life and not in the movies. That's how long it has been. What we've been hearing from family after family is that this is something that feels like a previous America would accomplish.
You don't want to push on the middle of the sticker because it has gel in there, and then you'll make the sticker come loose.
But they are optimistic.
No question about that. A lot of optimism, a lot of prayers across this
Hopefully
country
it'll
tonight.
stop bothering
As we
you.
watch and wait for Artemis 2 to emerge in communication.
Standing by for communications from the crew. We should be out of the blackout period less than a minute from now.
All right, let's listen. Less than a minute here to see if we
Less
can
than a
regain
minute, let's
communications with the 4 astronauts on board: Victor Glover, Reed Weissman, Christina Cook, and Jeremy Hansen.
We are now processing data from Integrity.
Which is a very good sign, right, Susan, that they are getting data. No communications yet with the astronauts, but they are receiving transmission from Integrity.
This is great news.
Landing and support officer reports the small boats are en route to the splashdown target zone.
So yeah, they'll get picked
The
up by
vessels carrying
boats.
the divers.
Mhm.
Members of the U.S. Navy standing by to race to that splashdown zone. And Susan, tell us what we're looking at right here.
It's the visual. It's the camera view of the reentry.
The splashdown.
It's not no longer a visualization. And you know, it looks healthy.
Well, they mentioned 6 minutes. We knew they would be 6 excruciating minutes, particularly.
Passing through 150,000 feet, our trajectory is perfect. We're getting intermittent views of Integrity.
Yeah, please don't cut
Still
off.
waiting for stable voice communication.
All this excitement and it's going to cut up.
Integrity, Houston, com check, post blackout.
That's them talking.
Integrity, we have you loud and clear.
Incredible.
That's them.
Your trajectory is nominal, and your recovery teams have visual.
So there you go.
Looks good.
Artemis 2 responding
Yeah, they're
No access
talking.
for the enabled internal camera controller fail.
to mission control.
Big cheers from the viewing room here in Mission Control as voice communication reestablished with Commander Reed Wiseman.
Ooh.
For America and a waiting world, integrity 5.5 minutes away from coming home.
Well, it's not often when you sit here at the anchor desk when you feel chills. This is certainly history being made tonight. Artemis 2, the first mission
1,000 feet now.
in many decades, taking
Now remember this, James, in your lifetime.
Range to splash down 19
You might get to
nautical
see
miles.
something else
19
again.
nautical miles until
Years to come.
splashdown. We were expecting it at about 8:06.
If you wasn't here, you wouldn't be watching this, eh? You wouldn't even know it's going on.
Perhaps.
This is in real life. This is happening live right now in California. They're coming back from the moon. You want to be an astronaut?
Don't
No.
blame you.
Integrity, impact to the camera controller fail is no cab line views of the chutes.
No.
We were expecting, hoping that we might get a view of some of these parachutes, though we're not entirely sure we
We're
will.
processing good data through the GPS system. A good view of integrity. Time to splash down 4.5 minutes.
4.5 minutes to splashdown. There's an elaborate sequence of parachutes here. The first deployed at
And
around.
a view of integrity from the WB-57.
There you go.
We're at 50,000 feet.
So they're gonna jump out in the parachute.
You'll see the
Yeah.
first parachutes here. Part of
That's
this
a
sequence of chutes.
The
I saw some movement
parachute.
right there. Was that it?
They don't even know if that's a parachute.